Hey, how's it going? This is Liam. I'm just in the middle of a water fast now. And I want to take this time. Unfortunately, I couldn't get Fiji water, but I'm doing the best I can. So that's an important point of trying for tinnitus too, as well. If you can't get the ideal Fiji water or Evian water, then just do the best you can. And I had a look, and I mean, Chang is like an alcohol brand, so it's not that good. But literally, sometimes you just have to do what you got to do, and that's the way that it is. And just do your best. So if you don't have the monetary ability to get Fiji water, for me, it's a geographical thing. It just don't sell it in most of Chiang Mai, Thailand. But if you don't have the money for it, you do. So just fast, and then the money that you save from that, just spend on the water. A lot of people say I don't have the money for this water. You do. Just fast, and you'll be able to spend the save money on the water that you need or necessary foods and stuff like that. Okay. Also, if you cut off antibiotics or antidepressants, which you should talk to your doctor about first, that will also free up some income for you to spend elsewhere on things will actually fix your health. But it's very, very important that you talk to your doctor about coming off antidepressants. I'm not an expert in weaning off antidepressants. Okay, I don't. I tell people to go and see the doctor because antidepressants are very addictive. They change the shape of your brain. They just basically cause a huge amount of addiction, and obviously there's a lot of dependency there. If you take melatonin and stuff like that on top of it to help you sleep. But anyway, very tangential topic there. But I want to talk quickly about why you probably have tinnitus, or relate this back to why it hasn't gone yet, and then talk about how you're going to get rid of it, and then talk about trying for tinnitus too. Just a quick video. Once again, this is just I'm sending you this because I'm really happy that you decided to use Triumph over tinnitus too, and it's just a way of me saying thank you. So I hope you've been enjoying these emails. There's going to be more of them, so make sure you stay with the Triumph over tinnitus 2 system and stay in the group. Okay, so I've got a little diagram here, which is very, very simple. I just kind of whipped it up. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So on the left here, we have dietary inflammation. Now, this can be from antibiotics to antidepressants, bread, rice, pasta, low quality water, and lack of sleep is going to exacerbate that, which means to make it worse. And then here, sorry, if that was patronizing, I'm sure you know what exacerbate means. And then on the right-hand side, we have medical remedies, it should be remedies, sorry, designed to combat issues brought on through dietary inflammation. Okay, so this is very in a short manner of time frame. So we have Monday, we have dietary inflammation. So let's imagine their years instead. Let's say it's 2010, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so Monday we have dietary inflammation because McDonald's, and then Tuesday we have, let's say, a medical company came out with a new heartburn medicine. Okay, so new heartburn medicine. And then in 2012, 10, 11, 12, let's say that somebody turned 18 and started drinking a lot of alcohol, and their liver went to shit. So then we have a medical remedy, which would be, let's say, something for the liver, like milk thistle or something like that, which cleans out the liver. And actually, I do rate milk thistle a lot, but not as much as I rate eating actual liver. So what's going on here? Everything here is toxic, okay, except for milk thistle. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best example. Let's just imagine that Nature's Way, or no, they're okay. Let's imagine that some sort of supplement company comes out with some bullshit supplement that's just a total joke, okay, and it's toxic, like a pharmaceutical company. So what do we have going on here? We have toxicity building upon toxicity, and most people continue to take. Have you ever heard somebody say? Ricky Gervais actually says this, which is fucking stupid. He says, the only reason I exercise is so that I can drink more wine and eat more cheese. That's stupid. Girls say this too. They say stuff like, I just do Pilates and yoga and stay fit so that I can drink and eat crap on the weekend. That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, that's like saying, I went to medical school to learn how to put stitches in somebody because I like to stab myself in the thigh on the weekend. That's what it's like. It's like I get it. Like it's delicious to eat that kind of food. It's hard to say no, etc., etc. But there's no point in continuing to do it. And you can see here very clearly that it's just going to build on itself and build on itself. So we need to get rid of all of these. So obviously the food, I harp on a lot about this, and need to get rid of basically what's keeping us alive and keeping us out of a world of pain, which is stuff like pain medication, etc., etc., and rampant inflammation will cause extreme chronic pain and chronic tinnitus. Okay, well, chronic tinnitus means it's hard to get rid of. I never understood that why people use like, well, chronic tinnitus is hard to get rid of. Chronic is just a word to use to describe stuff. It's very hard to get rid of. If you look down into the base of it, that's really what it is. Okay. So this is an example, but in order to reset everything, and this happens from birth, but in order to reset everything, it's just a matter of fasting. And it matters, it's up to you. It's really up to you. I'll be here to help you and support you, but it really is up to you how much of this you put into practice. I see that people have a natural inclination or have a propensity, and I don't know if this is because the way they were raised or what they see on TV, or they're just, they're predisposed, the people I help, to people I think see this system and they know that it works. They see the results people are getting, and it makes sense. It makes sense, right? From every documentary I've ever seen about food, it's like, okay, well, he's preaching fasting and cutting out these foods, and that does make sense because there's science behind it. But people think that's great. I can't wait to start. Even when they have it, but they don't start, it's very, very interesting, and it's not confusing to me at all because I've done that in a manner of ways of different things as well. For example, and I think it's that people have a natural inclination to sort of, what would you even call it? Like self-sabotage. Like I never understood that, but I do it too, 100% in different areas of my life as well. Maybe it'll be something like not texting a girl that I like, or maybe it'll be something like thinking that I shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that. I still do that. I catch myself. But the lesson here is don't listen to your emotions. Listen to your body, okay? So if you're doing a fast and you feel sick, stop the fast, for example. But do not let your emotions win out, okay? And one of the most common ways that I see this manifesting itself in people's life when they're trying to follow triumph over tinnitus too, is that they'll let their family and friends fuck them up, okay? So listening to your family and friends about, don't follow this guide, it's silly, blah, 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 and doctors as well. It's kind of harder to annoy doctors because they do have a fantastic education in health, but not in diet, for that matter. And they're salesmen who don't know they're salesmen. But your family are going to be the first people to piss on you when you try to do something new and fix your situation, okay? And they're going to do it in a great way because they care about you. And if you've never heard about fasting before, let's say that one of your friends said, you know what? I'm going to go, let's see, like, I'm going to tie a rope around the fan, tie it around my ankles, and hang upside down for 3 hours a day. It doesn't take a genius to realize that there's some risk there. They could get a blood clot in the brain, they could pass out and just die, they could get stuck there and die, from that angle. But let's say, for example, there was a body of research and there's a safe way to do it, it cured some sort of problem, which I'm pretty sure it wouldn't, because it just doesn't make sense. But let's imagine that it did, there was some safe way to do it. Doesn't matter if they're like, no, it's really safe, it's really safe. If you're the mum and the kid's saying that, or your friend or family or co-worker or whatever, from the surface level, you're going to be, oh my God, they don't know what they're doing. Like they're in a place of desperation, I get that, but this isn't the right way to do it. And they're going to sound like they know what they're talking about. They're going to sound like you're wrong and they're right, and they're going to make you feel that way, okay? And this is not manipulating you at all. They're going to try and manipulate you to do what they think is the right thing for yourself. They're not even trying to get anything out of you most of the time, okay? But just be wary of that, and your family and friends are going to be the first people to do it, mostly because they care about you. Second thing is, I once had a girl tell me, this was probably 3 months ago or something, when she was first starting this, and she was actually a very interesting girl from England, UK, and she is in the I think she's a life coach or a life and business coach, or something like that. And she told me she's very self-aware, so it's very interesting when people go and get into that sort of self-help area, they actually do it properly. Some introspection takes place, and they actually get a bit more aware about how their mind works. And she told me, Liam, I know this sounds crazy, but part of me doesn't even want to get rid of the tinnitus. I feel like it's who I've become. They identify with it. And that's more true in everybody who has tinnitus, almost in the tinnitus itself. People identify with the tinnitus. It's shaped their day. It's shaped the way their day runs, shaped their life. And you don't forget that your body likes routine. So even if it's a bad routine, it likes habit. It likes keeping things in check because of the circadian clock, which is very, very tied in with our mental and physical health. Our body will continue to seek out habits and cycles and things in culture because it thinks it's keeping us alive, even if it's painful, okay? So your body doesn't care about the tinnitus, the body doesn't care about that, which is silly because it keeps you up awake at night. But just be aware of that you might be doing some self-sabotage stuff, and you might justify actions that make your tinnitus worse, like drinking at a friend's party, or staying up later than you should, or not having a cold shower today because it's cold outside, or, I'll listen to the doctor, because if he's a doctor, blah, blah, blah. But just remember why you started, okay? This is very important that you remember why you started getting rid of your tinnitus. Remember the pain that it causes you. Remember the pain it causes your family. Remember the distress you had when you didn't know that you could fix it. And just, as I said before, do it for yourself, and no one else should ever have a say in how your life goes, okay? People get confused about that. Lots of people look for leadership, okay? But I'll lead you through this 100%. That's what I do. But you have to take most of the action yourself, okay? Well, all the action, really. I've done all I can. I've got a lot of content out there. I'm sending you these free videos now as a way of thanking you and helping you stay motivated. But just remember why you started. When it gets hard, when your family puts you down, when you start putting yourself down, when you get results and your tinnitus goes down, but then it goes up, that's going to happen. It's going to fluctuate. But yeah, that's the video for today. I hope this has helped. I hope it really demonstrates some sort of interesting way that the world is working at the moment. And there really is a well-orchestrated, what was I saying? I was watching this guy talk last night. It was fascinating. He said there's a well-orchestrated war on your health by pharmaceutical companies. It's keeping you sick, and it's completely illegal, but it doesn't matter, because if they get fined or caught out, the cost-benefit analysis for them shows that paying the fine compared to just doing it anyway is more profitable for them to do it anyway than cop the fine. They have contingency plans. They're prepared for it. Pharmaceutical companies, so, and they'll never admit that. But hope this helps. Talk soon.